What's up, Shreveport? Let's talk about what's going on in the city. Um, this format slash podcast would be, like what's going on in the city, what we can do to fix the city, how we can bring change to the city. And I would like to get some ideas from you all and would like to work on some of the problems we have here in the city. Uh, I got my little cheat sheet down here, some of the notes I'm gonna go over. We all know that we can go down to City Hall, but they don't seem to be responsive to what we're trying to get done. So we need to try to figure it out on ourselves. For ourselves, how to fix it and what actions we need to take to fix the city. Um, these are some facts. First of all, last year we set a rate for most deaths by murder here in Shreveport. It was 193. Out of that 193, 93% were black. With that being said, I would like to have black viewers and white viewers into this podcast. But at the beginning, I'm going to concentrate on the black community. Because if 93% of us that got killed, and more than likely, it was 93% of us doing the killing. So we're going to focus in on that. Um, you know, of course, the crime is happening in the black neighborhoods. Queensboro, City Grove, Allendale, Lakeside, and yada, yada, yada. So that's why I'm going to focus in on that. One thing is we have to try to find out what's causing this problem. Now, some of my opinions might not be right, might not sound good to you, but it sounds good to me. You can always chime in on your on the comment section. Tell me, hey, I don't think that's right, or that's not right. This is how it goes. I'm all good with that. And I'm gonna step on some toes. I'm gonna hit some people, or some not people. I'm not per name, but some agencies that I think can do better than what they're doing. I'm gonna start high, and I'm gonna go low. One of the things that I think can help our black community. When I was growing up, we had a church in the neighborhood, and all the churches in the neighborhood used to cater to the people surrounding in their neighborhood. Basically, the church was responsible for that neighborhood. Yes. Um, we used to have, they used to come and invite us to church. Although my grandmother vehemently, no, you know, she didn't want us to go. We used to go to summer school there. Vacation Bible school. But we never came in. But he did come ask us. He took care of his responsibilities in asking and continuously asking people in the neighborhood to come to his church. He did that. He didn't do nothing else. He did. He came. He sent somebody over there, and he don't care how many times they told him no. So if you're a church and you got your neighborhood sold up, and you go out and you do community work in your neighborhood where your church is, and I don't mean uh you got members, they live else places and they come there, but where your church is, if your church is in City Grove on 79th and you done went up 79th Street and say, hey, y'all want to come to church? Hey, come on to church, and you done did your part. My hat's off to you. But if you are the preacher, reverend that's in the church, and you do all your preaching inside the church where it's safe and secluded, I think you got some work to do. That's just me personally. Because Martin Luther King, he was in the church. He was good in there. But that wasn't where the problem was. Things was good in the church. It wasn't no drama in the church. It wasn't no people getting beat across the head in the church. He had to come out the church to do his work. You have to reach out. So if I hurt some feelings or if I'm wrong, let me know. The other thing is, I'm finna go low. Our children, our young children are not even getting the same treatment that dogs get. That's true. I see some dogs living high. Oh man, yes. We got dogs that got first and last names. We got dogs that got insurance. We got animals. We got it's an veterinary hospital here in Shreveport better than any child daycare center in Shreveport, bar none. Better than any, bar none. If it's one better than this dog daycare center, it, it's better than any. And what I mean by we need to start with our children is we have to start letting them know things. And what I mean by that is not 1 plus 1 is 2, which they learn in school. Not how to read, but what to read. As Black Americans, we don't know our rights as U.S. citizens. We just don't know because we never had any. We never had any rights. We, the right to vote, we never had any rights. The right to bear arms, what we carrying the gun for? That's automatic. That's automatic drama, carrying the arms. We don't know our rights to free press. We don't know our rights to security in your papers. We don't know our Fifth Amendment right. We got to start teaching our kids those rights as a U.S. citizen. And then the main thing is, it's something that was put in the system for people like us to fail. And it's called credit. Credit is a powerful weapon that a lot of us as Black citizens don't understand until we're in our 30s or 40s. Because our parents don't tell us. They don't drum that into us. We we credit. Most of the time, we got a lot of parents putting cable bill, electric bill, gas bill in our children's name. And I mean all of them. And when they get out there, they credit messed up. I know what you're saying. Oh, well, all they had to do is just say it wasn't me. They We don't know that. We just don't know. We don't know how to go about getting that removed. We don't know. So we struggle when we first get into the real world trying to get credit or find out what credit is. We think it's just money or nothing. You know, I asked somebody the other day, I said, would you rather have a job that make $30,000 a year in good credit or a job that make $60,000 a year? This person was smart. They said they really had a job making $30,000 a year in good credit. Good, you can get more with good credit than you can with money. You can have a $100,000 in your pocket. That ain't gonna get you no house. It, it ain't gonna get you that $200,000 whatever kind of Rolls Royce or cars they drive. All it's gonna get you is in a lot of debt. Cause for some reason, if your credit is poor and they think you can't pay it, they charge you higher amounts. All you're gonna get is payday cash loans with them high rates that has been approved by the government, so they can just keep on keeping us down. That's my thought on that. Yeah. Um, our one thing that we have to definitely do is, and this is like I say, our police force. Like I say, this is a fact. This country is 13% Black. I know some of y'all saying, "Oh, it can't be." I ain't think it was either, cause I'm like, from what I heard was, if a Black person get with a white person, That's a black child. If a black person get with a Mexican, guess what? That's a black child. If a black person get with anything else, it's a black child. So I'm like 13%, 13%. We represent 13% of the United States. And we represent 34% of the prison population. These are facts. Most of the time, it's us putting us in jail, really. I watched that show 48 Hours. I see the black person going there, he'll get 20 years, 20, well, 30, 60 years, or might get a life sentence. The other person, which is a different color, they'll get like 15. And one of the reasons is because they know not to say nothing. And that's your Fifth Amendment right. You know, you don't have to say anything. You can just be quiet and let them put their own case together because they're trying to get you on every choice they can get you on. So basically, this is my first podcast. I know I've been all over the place, but that's fine. So, as I stated before, I think that our pastors need to do a little more getting out in the community, especially where their church is located. Secondly, I think that we need to try to educate our kids more. I don't know what we need to do, but I'm trying to put something together. Whether we need to go in schools, teach them about credit, teach them about their rights. You know, credit is very important. I think at a high school level, we need to start talking about credit. Maybe even at junior high. Hey, you're not gonna be able to do nothing without credit, young man. You know, if you got a $30,000 job, you can get about anything you want with good credit. And last but not least, I go by the moniker Domino Guy. So I'm gonna hit you with a little domino information. They got something called, for you that play dominoes, you know what I'm talking about. It's called getting behind the house. This occurs when the game first starts. If you're playing a 4-man game with a partner, you come down with big six. The first person come down with big six. Usually the person that play big six, you don't know what he got because it's a force down. So your partner, his first play should be getting behind the house, unless he got 4 sixes in his hands. If he got 4 sixes in his hand, that means it's 2 already on the board. He got 4. He can play on the other side if he want to. More than likely chance he can take over. And the other reason he shouldn't get behind the house is he can't. He don't have a 6. But other than that, always get behind the house. This is Domino Guy. Please leave a comment, something you want to talk about next time. It's going to be about, I'm going to see what kind of response I get off of this. Be back in about 4 days. I'm going to do better next time. I know, once again, I know I was all over the place, but let's try to work together to make Shreveport a better community. All right, thank you.